sports fans, ASMR Sports here. It has been a good long while since I've done a pre-recorded video. I don't think I've done one since the last live video. So apologies for that. Today is Tuesday, February 9th, and there's a lot going on in the hobby, as always. So I wanted to kind of talk about a couple things that are on my radar, and just give you a quick update on hot cardboard stuff. And then the main thing I want to do during this video is actually in here. Oh man. So that is a box of cards that are on their way to PSA. So on my last order that I sent in to PSA, I had planned to do a video of the kind of before submission stuff, and I totally forgot to do that, and I ended up sending them off without, so that was kind of a bummer. I'm actually really interested in doing this video for posterity, because I'll talk a little bit about like maybe some condition issues I see on some of the cards I'm sending in, and although I did take my notes off them, I generally, if there are cards that I think might have problems that prevent them from being 10s, I often will make a little post-it note that I stick on the card. But I was prepping these to go, so I had to take those off. But I'll try to remember if I can whether there were issues of condition sensitivity that I wanted to make a note of to see kind of how they did in grading. I have not gotten any word, actually, even on the shipping of my order that it finished and where the grades are available, but I have not reviewed them, so hopefully I'll get that shipping info soon. And then they will arrive shortly thereafter. I'll do a video on those when they come. I think it's like 100, maybe 108 cards in that one. And that one's gonna suck because, as I mentioned in a previous video, the gem rate on that order was, even though I don't know which cards gemmed and which did not, I just looked at the number of gems I had in that order, and it was like basically 50% gem rate, which is like way lower than I normally get. Although I will say that order, it was a lot of like kind of low end baseball, so a lot of like, base rookie cards. So yeah, and it was a lot of 2018, I think, Topps stuff, like Update, and like Rafael Devers rookies from 2018 Series 1. So yeah, I don't know if that's maybe why I had problems. Maybe I'm, bad at, I don't know. I historically have not been bad at estimating grades on those kind of cards, but if they kind of change their sort of standards a bit. So I gathered up these boxes to show you guys, because all of these boxes have seen a significant increase in value in the last, I don't know, week or 2 weeks. Some like extraordinarily so. So I want to talk a little bit about each of them. Maybe I didn't really want to chew gum, but I might do some. These are Sarpet's Tricksters. They look like one color, but they taste like another. Or look like one flavor and taste like another. My mouth is getting like a little bit dry here. So like this, you're like, oh, that's an orange, but it's not an orange, it's something else. Maybe. Oh, what is that? I don't know. This sort of tastes like a blue raspberry. Okay. So, first box I'll talk about is this is 1990 Hoops basketball, and I don't want to move this thing out of the way so I got more space. So this box, like for like so many things, for many years was just kind of worthless. I'm sure I paid $5 for this box or so, 2, 3, 4 years ago. I just have had it around like I have so many junk boxes around. I have to imagine I'm doing pretty dang good compared to the universe in terms of like my stockpile of stuff, because for years I just bought kind of junk like this, and kept it around because I don't know, I just really like unopened stuff. Even though it had no value, I said, well, in 20 years maybe it'll be worth something, but turns out maybe sooner than that. So anyways, this 1990 Hoops box, has no notable rookies in it. No offense if you're a fan of Derek Coleman or whoever the hell's in here, but the main thing people are looking for are the star cars like Magic Johnson and Larry Bird, but mostly Michael Jordan, who's PSA 10 from this set, which it's not you can get PSA 10s out of here relatively easily. Compared to some other things. I guess anything it seems that's from the early 90s or the 80s is just rife with condition issues. But I don't know, like basketball from 1990 I think is better than like anything like football or baseball. Any tops from that era is just screwed. There's no way you're getting 10 almost. Hoops and stuff like Fleer, basketball, I don't know, those tend to be pretty good condition out of the pack if you ask me. So anyways, this box, people are chasing those Jordans. The PSA 10s of those Jordans are going for like stupid money right now, like $1,000 and more, which is like freaking crazy. I've got I've got several of those cards just kind of sitting around that I'm not sure I'll ever grade, but to think that there's anybody willing to pay $1,000 for any copy of a Jordan out of this box is crazy. But anyways, that has caused the price of these boxes to go up. They've been around $30 since the Michael Jordan documentary came out, but lately they've been going up like to about $80, some close to $90, and you may see that go up. You could just open these things up. You can open at $100 you can open 10 of these and get one gem Jordan, send it off like express, pay $75 or $200 to get it graded right away, depending on exactly how fast you want it. And you've paid for everything, and then you've got 10 boxes worth of Jordans and Birds and Johnsons and other things, to add value to the pot there. So the economics work out really well right now on this. When the price of those PSA 10 Jordans goes down, maybe not so much, but who knows? It's a crazy world we're living in right now in the hobby. So this is also, strangely enough, this is another box that is part of the Jordan mania right now. This is 1991 Donruss Baseball. It is the original series and not the update series, so you can't get the updated cards in this box. And what this does have is a baseball card of Michael Jordan when he retired from basketball and went to play minor league baseball for like a Chicago White Sox affiliate. Upper Deck put a card of him in a White Sox jersey in this product, and it is an SP, so it's not super easy to pull. I don't know how hard it is. I'm sure that's information that's out there. But anyways, these boxes, which had been worth about $25, $35 for a long time now, are going for $120, $130 pretty steadily on eBay. So luckily I had a few of these around. and we'll see where those go. You'll see the $20 sticker from when I would have bought them. I doubt I even paid $20 for them. I bought them from a local guy who, made a lot of deals with me. Now, perhaps the most surprising thing of this report on things going hog wild in the market. I'm going to try another orange colored. I think that's actually orange flavored. Alright, this box here. This is crazy town, you guys. So, this is a Marvel Universe 1990 product made by Impel, which makes a lot of non-sport stuff. I don't know if they're still around. They don't seem to have any of their marking on here, but I just know that. Oh, here we go. Impel marketing. So this has, cards of characters from the Marvel Universe, most notably Spider-Man. I think Hulk is in here. Daredevil. A lot of people you've never heard of. Venom is in here. So this product has an interesting history. I remember this when I collected cards back in 1990 as a kid. And I remember these, the cards in the packs, being fairly sought after. And I always said to myself, well, this is kind of like Spider-Man's rookie card, even though, Spider-Man's been around since the 60s. So I always sort of thought maybe they'd have some value, but I never had anything unopened. But about, I don't know, gosh, I have to think about this. I think it was about 3 years ago, maybe now almost 4 years ago, it was in 2017 when I started collecting again. Yet another orange color. Let's see what flavor that is. I just remembered I gotta do tapping by request from our friend. So I remember these being always kind of well regarded, or they were well regarded back when they came out. But of course, nobody was ever interested in non-sports cards and comic cards. So, these kind of, and I remember they were, fairly hard to find after they initially came out. I happened to buy a few packs when I was a kid for no apparent reason. And I opened them up and I had them, maybe I still have them around somewhere, but, I just remember these were, they were fairly valuable compared to other similar stuff that came out at the time. And then, when sort of history forgot about everything from this era, they became, not very valuable, but they were always a little bit valuable. Like, when I bought these back in 2017, I think I paid $40 for this box, and I have a few of these actually. I got 5 of them in the deal, and I bought them as part of a kind of large collection. But I valued them at $40, I think, back then, because that's what they were going for, and that's pretty, that's pretty high end compared to this Hoops, which goes for $5. But what has happened in the last few weeks to these things just defies any kind of logic. So I think you've gathered by now, if you don't know the market, that what has happened is these have gone up significantly in value. So with everything that's gone up in the past month, these have gone up, these went up a little bit, maybe 4 weeks ago. I think they were a few $100s a box. you know, which I was looking at going, oh wow, I paid $40 for these, that's a great deal. Well, now I just checked the sales of these, the couple boxes that sold today, February 9th, and like the last sales were like $3,500 and $3,800 for a box of this stuff, so it's totally nuts. I mean, I think what's happened is there's really not a lot of this around, and you know, when nobody collected it and nobody cared about it, it wasn't really a problem because nobody was looking for it, and the few that were could get boxes at reasonable prices or semi-reasonable prices. Now I think, you know, a bunch of people have decided that comic cards, especially, you know, some of the first comic cards ever made, which is funny that it took, you know, until 1990 for that to happen, but indeed it did. People have decided that, you know, these are really going to be around for the long haul, and you know, a lot of the individual cards in here are going to, you know, have a lot of value as singles, particularly when they get graded. And there's just not a lot of supply, so consequently, you know, the sellers of these things, who, you know, people who have them, are naming their price, and it's getting met. So it's interesting. I may sell 1 or 2 boxes, maybe 3, and hang on to a few. But I don't know. I haven't really thought about it, and every, you know, like the longer I wait to make that decision, that it seems like the more they go up. So procrastination is your friend these days. Okay. Then a couple things I just want to show you that just came in. I just got these today from my distributor. And they were shipped forever ago, but for some reason it took like a week to get to me, which just totally sucks. So these are just the, you know, newer releases from Panini. We got NBA Hoops basketball. You know, ordinarily I would crack into a box of this stuff, but it's so friggin' expensive, it's just not worth it for me, because I'm not going to get anything out of here I don't think that I want. So I'd rather just sell the boxes, unfortunately, for everybody. But, I don't know. I've got 2 of these up, so these are up on hotcardboard.com for sale if you want to buy them. But, yeah, they're expensive. And this is 2021 Donruss Racing, which, you know, it's kind of funny they don't put a picture of the cards on the box, which is too bad, because I think the design that's on these cards is going to be the design for all the 2021 Donruss stuff, including baseball, which comes up in like a month or so, like kind of mid-March. So that would be kind of cool to see, but yeah, so these are also on the website, and I'd be grateful if you are interested in any of those things, if you considered swinging by and making a purchase. We're always going to beat, I always say we, like the royal we, but the idea is, you know, always to beat Blowout and David Adams, and my free shipping kicks in at, I think, a lower price point than theirs does, so theoretically I can save you some money that way too. Alright, well, that's the Market and Hot Cardboard website update. Now we're going to look at some cards that are going in for grading. Maybe I'll mention that this content starts at 19 minutes in, for those who want to skip to the chase. Alright, I'm not really sure how I want to do this, but I don't want to get these out of order, I'll tell you that much, because that's a bad thing. Just setting these in. Alright, here we go. I'm just going to take these out in bunches and put them back. Okay, so I'm going to zoom in a wee bit Here's a Jadon Sancho, just based on Russ. Not too valuable, but it looked really sharp to me, so I was like, I'm gonna send that in. Here is a really cool card that I got out of that Phoenix football box that I opened maybe like a couple weeks ago. This one is number 250. It's an orange rookie rising. That's like the only Justin Herbert card that I have. A lot of the cards in here I've noticed are kind of from an earlier time, like, the beginning of the basketball season when R.J. Barrett was kind of tearing shit up. I started to pull some of his cards and see what was in gradable condition, and one of the cards was this guy, so, I don't know, I'm just going to send those cards in and, like, hope that, honestly, I'm not going to get them back until next basketball season, so, who knows what might happen between now and then. Alright, this is some of that first edition Bowman draft that I've opened on this channel. Austin Wells, Yankees first round pick, Picro Armstrong, one of the better picks, and Max Meyer was like a top 3, I think, pick, and this one's numbered to 75. It's a yellow. So I've also opened a bunch of 2018 Chronicles basketball that you may know. I think I did a lot of that on my live streams. So I got a lot of stuff coming out of there, and like, Miles Bridges is, another one of those guys that's kind of had a hot moment or two, I think. But may or may not be doing anything worth, driving his card prices up. Shea Gilgeous, DeAndre Ayton, the Suns are always a threat for the playoffs, so good to have some graded Aytons. More Shea Gilgeous, Michael Porter Jr. So I think I probably graded any Shea Gilgeous or like Michael Porter Jr. that looks good. Jaren Jackson Jr. is another guy that I would grade. This is a nice bronze. Elite. Trae Young, of course, always worth grading. That's a bronze. That's a bronze. That's a bronze. By the way, you can tell because the wording there in the name is bronze colored. So, and then, Luka, pretty much anything that I think is going to be like a 9 or better I sent in. And I opened a fair number of these packs, so you're seeing a lot of cards, but, it took a lot of spending to get these, unfortunately. And, remains to be seen. If a lot of these come back 10s, maybe I would get my money back, but I think it might be a while before I clear that balance. So here's a nice red 18 select Devin Booker. Very good player. Devontae Graham is another of these guys who had a moment at some point this season, but isn't necessarily, going big gangbusters now. Svi Makalek I just pulled because it was anything that was colored prism that looked good, I just pulled, so like silver. And any rookie that's like a parallel, it's like, it's worth grading if it's got a shot at a 10. Anthony Simon's another one of those guys that kind of had a moment at some point during early part of the season. So this is another colored rookie. This one is certified parallel. Another parallel rookie. So pretty much anything that's like from 18 or 19 that was a rookie and that was a parallel, and it looked good, I pulled it, like this guy, because they seem to just have a lot of value. At least like $50 in a PSA 10, Trae Young. Then a couple of hoops, Trae Young rookies. More Trae Young Chronicle stuff. This is that super awesome Chinese New Year Revolution parallel that looked pretty sharp. It had one corner that was like a little bit, I can see it there. It's like a little bit kind of bent, but I'm not sure it's really bent in the sense of it's like creased or anything. So maybe it gets a 10, but probably gets a 9. And just some base Trae Youngs. This is a Phoenix, anything that's chrome out of Chronicles. This is a 2018 Chronicles card. Anything that's chrome is going to have a pretty high value if it comes back at 10. I recall that pretty much everything chrome I pulled out of there was like defective in some way, so that's probably going to come back at 9. Another, colored rookie Trae Young, and then we're getting to some baseball now. So yeah, at one point I was just going through all my 2018 stuff. Walker Buehler is a really good pitcher for obviously a very good team. So I pulled a bunch of his base rookies that looked like they have sharp corners and good surfaces, and then there was a rainbow foil that looked sharp, and this is just a base, Topps Chrome. So pull all those, and then Marvin Bagley Jr. rookie card. Alright. First stack. All these ones I'm showing you are modern cards, so that's 2018 and newer. And those cards cost $15 to grade if you grade bulk. It's pretty much the only way I do it. So there's a numbered Damian Lillard. I mean, this card is like not really worth anything, but anything in a 10 is worth some, particularly if, the Blazers get anywhere in the playoffs. I'm not sure how they're doing this year, but last year they were definitely a force. Then it's a Ben Simmons pink ice parallel. Walker Buehler. It's an update, Chrome update. That set is going kind of nuts. And then I had a couple of Connor David just base upper decks that I thought looked pretty sharp, so I was like, yeah, why not? I didn't even look these up, but I mean, I don't know, I just think he's kind of like Mike Trout, it's like if you can get a PSA 10 of him in anything, it's probably worth sending in. And then Cameron Johnson, I got a few cards of him. He was another one that, like, at the beginning of the season, people were pretty jacked up about. I'm not sure how he's doing now. Here's a colored rookie, numbered to 99. Another Cameron Johnson and another Cameron Johnson base. So there's a pink ice rookie, nobody. Bam Adebayo 2019 silver. Anything that's like a star that's a silver, you gotta send in to DiVincenzo blue laser. This is actually pretty nice. Colin Sexton was another guy that people were getting pretty hyped up about, and that's a colored select rookie card, not numbered. This is just kind of an oddity that I found in my basketball sort of I don't know what you call it, but like stars box. It looked pretty sharp. It's a black laser. It's numbered to 39, so that's pretty cool. Pretty cool looking card. Another Colin Sexton rookie card that's got a patch. And then here's I found a few just kind of like pretty low numbered parallels of some decent players. OG Anunoby numbered to 175. CJ McCollum number 275. Jaren Jackson Jr. another Chronicles card. And then there's another kind of star, or like pretty good star. That is numbered 279s, anything like that I sent in. Jared Kelenic is getting some attention. He's one of the top 5 prospects in baseball. I noticed relatively recently actually that first Bowman paper rookie cards of the top guys graded PSA 10 go for pretty stupid money, like $50 and higher. So I've got a bunch of stuff to look through because I'm going to pull more of those, but some of that got into this order here. So there's an Relvis Mega Box, Ronnie Mauricio, just Chrome, Ronnie Mauricio Mega Box, Zion, I don't know where this one's from, but I've had it a while. I don't think I might have pulled that, but I might not you see at Target. This is a Will Smith SP variation. And then, you know, Victor Robles, like, I don't know, I just had a bunch of cards from these, this Mojo set from 2018 Topps. And these are rookie cards, and, you know, Robles is always one of those guys that I think people are imagining is gonna break out, but never seems to actually do it, so he may not go anywhere, but I thought I would maybe have those graded at PSA 10, you know, by the time, who knows, maybe the Nationals are in the playoffs, you know, by September. Alright, John Drayton, an unnumbered blue or a purple laser. DeAndre Ayton. Base optic. I got a few kind of base John Morant rookies in here. Shea Gilgeous, shock. Jaren Jackson, shock. LeBron, select base. This is one of the cards that I had a condition note on. There's like something on here, like maybe a little dimple somewhere. Even as a 9, this is probably worth sending in. You know, it's a pretty decent card, considering it's a silver prism of a pretty good young rookie. So just, you know, base subset card of Zion. Here's another guy who, you know, at the beginning of the season and actually in the preseason, you know, he was doing really well. People were like, oh man, because he at one point was a pretty high pick, I think, but never kind of materialized in the NBA, but was down in the developmental league and got a shot this year, and I assume he's still on the team. I haven't really followed the Knicks, but I don't think he's doing as well as he was in the beginning of the year when people were getting super jacked. But anyways, I found it. I had a few parallel rookie cards of him, so I figure why not get those graded just in case. Joel Embiid is having a heck of a year, so nice colored parallel of him. Just a unnumbered retail parallel, as is this Matisse Thybulle. Sekou Mbaye is, you know, having a pretty decent year, and it's a base rookie card of him. Why not? Taylor Horton-Tucker's one of those guys who I don't think has quite lived up to the hope from the beginning of the season, but you know, the Lakers are always good for a playoff run, so why not get that ready to rock, although it's not going to be back by playoffs, but by next year. It would be here if he has a good playoffs. Alright, there's a John Morant optic base that's probably got centering issues and not going to grade a 10. More John Morant rookie cards, kind of base rookie cards. And Wendell Carter Jr. is yet another one of those guys who had some, you know, hype around him before the season started, and I'm sure that's died down, but why not, you know, gamble the $15 on getting the grade. That's my theory. Alright, Taylor Horton-Tucker, Jaren Jackson Jr., Kobe White, orange reactive, I think that's called. Just an unnumbered parallel out of I think a blaster box. Kobe White's another guy who's not doing super great this year, but I figure why not have him ready in case he has a good year next year. Some more Wendell, Trae Young, Jaren Jackson, some more baseball, Luis Robert. This is a mega box refractor. I think these are doing pretty well if they're graded 10. This is just a 2018 rookie card of him. I've got a few of these that gemmed out. I graded anything rookie card Tatis you gotta send in. You know, he could have a really great year. If he does, I'm probably selling some of the stuff that I have graded of his. And then we'll wait on some of this other stuff to come back. John Morant base illusions rookie. Illuminations subset from Illusions. More 2018 Luis Roberts. Grayson Rodriguez is pretty good pitching prospect. I don't know if he might be coming up this year. If he hasn't already made his appearance, his debut. There's a refractor. And then just more kind of first Bowman cards that looked in sharp condition. These are, you know, kind of mid-tier prospects. Marco Luciano is a really good prospect, so got some paper stuff of him. Ronnie Mauricio. J-Rod, if this gems, that's a really nice card. He's a superstar prospect. Then some more kind of mid-level Freudis Nova, base chrome, Mojo, Travis Swagger. I'm not sure how he's doing. I know when this product came out in 2018, he was one of the better cards you could get, so I'm hoping he's not like dead somewhere. Tristan Casas is doing pretty good. I think he's coming up this year with the Red Sox. Bo Bichette, everyone's getting excited about. Jonathan India is another one of those guys that when this came out, I remember he was one of the better guys. I don't know how he's doing since then, but since it was a chrome and it looked to be in good shape, I submitted. Daniel Jones is another one of those guys that is probably dead in a ditch somewhere. I'm pretty sure, and this card has like very little value compared to what it was back in 2019. But whatever, it was really nicely centered, so I thought, hey, why not? Tyler Hero, not having a great year, I don't think. But again, gotta get it graded. You know, might need it for next year. Cal Lewis rookie cards. This is out of Update, I think. Nope, Series 1. But I couldn't find many of these, even though I opened probably 10 boxes of Topps. Oh, speaking of which, 2021 Topps is, boy, this is going to be a long video, by the way. 2021 Topps is coming out this week. It's officially launching, I think, tomorrow, the 10th. But, you know, I'm not sure it's going to be available everywhere except the big guys that probably get their shipments before anybody else and probably get them directly from Topps. In fact, I know they do because I know Blowout ships usually, you know, a couple days before launch so they can get it to you in time. Jackson Hayes, Jaylen Brown, that's a silver prism. He's having a hell of a year. Bam out of Io Green. So that's it for the modern cards. But let me show you a couple of other submissions that I haven't actually prepped yet for. I haven't done the paperwork, like the form, to submit these yet. By the way, how many people remember Junior Felix? This is you can tell, like this, look how faded this card is. This is a card that I like when I was probably, you know, this was probably from 1989 or something when I was a kid. I had, you know, monster boxes of cards sorted by player, and you know, anybody who was a decent rookie at that time would have gotten their own little divider, and so I pulled those all out, you know, back in 2017 when I started collecting again, and now I just use these as dividers. I put them upside down. But that's kind of funny, Junior Felix. Like the football ones are crazy. Like the names on there are a bunch of guys you never heard of, but back then, back in 89 and 90, they were hot stuff. So it's kind of fun to see those. Memory lane, kids, memory lane. All right, so these are so what these stacks are Alex Fernandez for the White Sox is another guy. So this is vintage, and this is I forget what they call these, but basically pre-modern. So it's anything 2017 and older is in this stack. And then this is the super old stuff, 50s and 60s. And I think you have to have 20 to submit a bulk order of this stuff. So I've got to get some more. But anyways, this is a pretty sweet card because there's a lot of, you know, Hank Aaron interest since he passed away. Pete Rose, and then just kind of a lot of beater cards that are probably going to be, you know, PSA 1s or 2s. But, you know, it's better to have things encapsulated, mostly because, it proves they haven't been trimmed or, you know, altered in any way. It's more about the authentication than the grade with these kind of, you know, old beater cards. But I've had a bunch of these for a while, and I thought I'd send them in. They're not going to, none of them are going to grade well, but I just want them to grade, you know, anything but authentic, and I'll be happy. So yeah, this Scottie Pippen I pulled out of a pack that I opened on this channel. Actually, you know what? I opened this on my the Sports Card Show channel on YouTube, and you know, because it's free from a pack, everything's pretty clean on it, but the centering's a bit off. I'm hoping. My best case scenario is this gets a 9, but it's probably gonna get an 8, just because that's centering, unfortunately. Sean Kemp rookie. Jordan, that's a little bit off center, but in a 9, this thing's probably still worth like 100, 200 bucks. Couple of archives. Cards that look pretty sharp. I wasn't going to send these in before. I had 1 or 2 of these that were in a previous submission that I did, and these ones I held back because I thought they had minor issues, but when I looked at them again, I was like, well, okay, it's probably worth sending them in. I mean, at this point, you gotta send anything Jordan in. This is a card I've had since 93 when I busted a pack of this stuff and got this out of it, so why not? Alright, just some more Markel Fultz, kind of older basketball stuff. Ben Simmons. Derek Carr. Dalvin Cook had a year for himself. Jimmy Butler rookie card. Josh Hart rookie card, and then some kind of just, I don't know, middle of the road rookies. There's a nice orange Ike and Bogu. Number to 199. Keston Hira base. First Bowman. Dennis Smith Jr. Zach LaVine rookie card. That's out of the 2014 Donruss set that I have a case of, and I've got packs of like in groups of 6, I think, available on hotcardboard.com if you're interested in taking a shot. There's some decent stuff that comes out of those packs. Oh, look at this. I've got one note on these because these have not been, you know, finalized for sending in. But here's a nice Cody Bellinger rookie. That, let's see, small printer mark, bottom edge. So I'm not sure I can see that in the holder here, but Bam Adebayo rookie. This is an all-star game card, not very valuable, but you know, if it can jam, it is. This is another card that I had sort of previously passed on submitting, but he's doing really well. And you know, this has some good aspects and some bad aspects. You know, this shock style of card has like a lot of problems with print lines, and I don't think this has print lines. So the centering was pretty good, and the corners were pretty good. So I said, oh, okay, why not? I'll send that in. I think I got this thing for like $3 or something from a guy right before the pandemic. It was like the last card show I think I went to before the pandemic. Yeah, it was like in a box of Celtics cards, and there was like a couple others. And I was like, oh man, this is a great deal, and it was. So Donovan Mitchell, base Donruss rookie, you know. It's Tatis, and then, you know, I've had these football rookies for many, many years. Not since '84. I bought them off eBay. Like way after that, probably only like 5 years ago or something like that. It's funny, like I had a moment then when I was like, you know what? And I'm sure I paid like $15 for these. But I was thinking like, yeah, you know, when I was a kid, collecting cards like in the late 80s, early 90s, these freaking cards were worth like a ton. Now I can get them for $10 and they're, you know, fairly sharp. So I was like, I gotta get those. You know, and if I had followed that logic a lot more, I'd be sitting on a freaking gold mine right now, because the market is just gobbling up rookie cards of guys like this, guys like Jordan, Magic Bird, or Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, you know, and then like all the baseball guys. I mean, Ricky Anderson rookies are going nuts. You know, anything that's you know, a legend, a star, and a rookie, the market is hot for right now. So anyways, I'm sure these would be like 7s. If the grader is being an asshole, probably like 6s, but I would hope these would be 7, which is near mint. And, you know, better to have them encapsulated than not, so I think that's worth sending those in, especially for cards of this age, 2017 and older. It's only $10 to grade them, so I mean, come on. Here's another one where I got a note on here, small dimple on the back. This is number 75, and Klay Thompson, unfortunately, out for the year, which sucks for him and lots of people. But all right, this is a parallel of I think it's the second year. Oh no, this is 2012. That would be would be his rookie year, so that's kind of cool. Anthony Davis. And then at some point I went through my Mike Trouts and just tried to figure out what I've got that could grade, and this is like one of the few cards. This is 2016. Yeah. So, you know, any base Trout that grades a 10 is going to be worth sending in. And then some Kobe. This is kind of cool. It's a gold parallel, so the just gonna grab a Sour Patch Kid here. Okay, this one looks red. Okay, so this is a Panini card back when they made Panini brand basketball. I think I have a case of this stuff somewhere. It's probably dropped a bit in value since its height, but still worth a decent bit. But anyways, so this is a gold and it's Kobe, so it's pretty cool. I don't think this is going to jam. It's a little off center, left or right, but you never can tell. Garoppolo. I'm not sure if his time has passed, but you know, he had a good season or two. I don't know how he did this year with the 49ers, but that's a decent looking rookie card. Dennis Rodman. This is numbered to 149. This is from Crusade. I still have a box of this unopened. It's a pretty interesting product. It's got a lot of numbered stuff in it. And, you know, it's in his Bulls jersey, so it's not too bad. And this is Cody Bellinger from 2016. I'm not sure if he has like a 2016 first Bowman card or what. Or no, 2015 first Bowman card. I know he has the auto from 2015, but I don't know if he has a first Bowman card from that year, so anyways. Alright, so yeah, I started to talk about it, but then I stopped, but 2021 Topps Baseball is coming in. I'm definitely going to open a box of that stuff. Maybe just one, but you know, might try to do some kind of, I don't know what, promotion or something with that product, just because it's, you know, fun. New Flagship Topps Baseball, which is always a kind of important time for collectors, I think, or important release for collectors. I will also probably have boxes of that stuff for sale on hotcardboard.com. I will not be, you know, able to do a great price on it, just because I'm not really getting it for that cheap. But I will, you know, I will beat the big boys. And if you're gonna order some, then, you know, I'd love it if you order from me. I will have it in stock probably on either Wednesday or Thursday. I got check tracking. So, you know, I would ship it out the same day I got it, but I won't put it on the site until I have it. But I'll let y'all know when that's up there. But as for tonight, I think that's all I got. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. I hope you're finding some good deals out there. I hope you're enjoying the card collecting world, and more importantly, I hope you're doing well and staying safe. Alright, thanks everybody. Catch y'all later.